Most people don't realize that high-powered air rifles are actually harder on optics than some traditional firearms. It is that nasty, double-sided reverse recoil that usually shakes a standard scope to pieces within a few hundred shots. That is exactly where this BSA outlook comes into play. It is built specifically to handle that violent back-and-forth snap, which is a massive relief if you are tired of your reticles shifting or your glass going blurry after a weekend of target practice. Holding it, you can tell it has a bit of heft to it, but it doesn't feel like a brick on top of your rifle. It sits at about a pound, which is a solid middle ground for most airgun setups. The finish is a standard matte black that looks right at home on almost any synthetic or wood stock. Now the glass is fully multi-coated, and honestly, for the price point, the clarity is surprisingly sharp. You get that crisp, high-contrast view that makes picking out small targets at 50 yards feel like a breeze. The 3 to 9 magnification range is the sweet spot for this kind of gear. It is versatile enough to keep things wide for closer shots, but gives you just enough reach to really dial in on those tiny groupings. The mil-dot reticle is a classic choice, and it is clean enough that it doesn't clutter your sight picture when you are trying to focus on a small mark. One of the features that really makes a difference here is the adjustable objective. Being able to dial out parallax from 10 yards all the way to infinity is a huge deal for airgunners who switch between backyard plinking and longer-range field work. It keeps the image sharp regardless of the distance, which is something you will definitely appreciate once you start moving around the range. The eye relief sits comfortably between 3.7 and 4 inches, so you are not going to be hugging the stock too tightly to get a full sight picture. That is a nice touch for comfort during longer sessions. Now it is not all perfect. The windage and elevation adjustments have a bit of a tactile feel, but they could be a little more distinct. You might find yourself double-checking your clicks just to be sure. Also, while the included dovetail rings are a nice inclusion to get you started, some shooters might eventually want to upgrade to a more robust one-piece mount if they are running a particularly aggressive Springer. But for what it is, this thing is a workhorse. It is not trying to be a $1,000 tactical optic, and it doesn't pretend to be. It is just a solid, reliable piece of kit that understands the specific, punishing needs of air rifle shooting. If you are tired of your current scope losing zero every time you cock your rifle, this is a very sensible way to stop the headache. It is straightforward, it is tough, and it does exactly what it says on the box without any unnecessary fluff. For the money, it is a pretty smart addition to the collection.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.